It's the legendary strawberry crunch topping treasure. And Captain Breadhook wants a share. What should I do? Ahoy, Missouri. You know you want those delectable strawberry crunch treasures all to yourself. Imagine the sweetness on your tongue, the crunch in every bite. But Missouri, sharing is caring. Captain Breadhook is our friend and comrade. We should consider her desires too. Don't be a fool, Missouri. Keep the treasure for yourself. You deserve it. Missouri, remember the bond we share as pirates? True happiness comes from sharing our joys and treasures with others. Bippity boppity boo. Ah! What's happening, mate? Captain Breadhook! I was tempted by the strawberry crunch, but you're my buddy. I'll be sharing my treasure with you, my friend. Missouri, you've chosen friendship over selfishness, which is what most pirates don't do. You feeling okay? I am your comrade through thick and thin. You know, this is made from the golden Oreo. And I just happen to know where to find some. That's right. The strawberry crunch starts with golden Oreos, and the topping goes on top of these delicious, moist vanilla cupcakes. Let's make those first. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and let's make a pirate's booty. And stick around, because I'll be showing you how to get that fancy stripe in your piping. Ahoy, me bacon mateys. I always put a little rice in the bottom. It's insurance against a soggy bottom. And we've got a special way to make these cupcakes, like building a modular ship. First, you take all the dry ingredients and whisk these together. 3½ cups of cake flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of baking soda. And spread everything around the bowl. Hey, comrade! Then combine all your wet ingredients in a big measuring cup, and you'll see why in a minute. 1/2 cup of milk and 1/2 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of water. I know, water, right? But it works. Finally, add in 1/2 cup of sour cream. This be the activator for the baking soda. And combine that all together. Now, on medium speed, whisk together 6 egg whites until they're foamy all the way through to the bottom. See how it stands on a soft peak? Tiny bubbles being more stable than big ones. And slowly add in 3/4 cup of sugar to make a meringue. I love meringue. You can add in your vanilla extract here or in the wet ingredients in the measuring cup. That's beautiful. Plop it into another bowl and no need to wash out your mixing bowl. Just cream together a cup of unsalted butter, room temperature, and a cup of sugar for 5 minutes. It'll get nice and fluffy. And no, I don't know how I got it to stand up like that. Scrape down the bowl periodically and make sure everything gets beaten up. Butter likes to hide on the bottom. We're going to alternate in our wet and our dry, starting with the dry and ending with the dry. Adding it in thirds like this helps keep you from over-mixing it. Over-mixing causes gluten to form, and gluten makes your cupcakes turn out rubbery like bread. Then fold in the meringue. You fold in 1/3 to loosen up everything, and then fold in the rest. I'm using a big whisk to fold it in more efficiently without deflating all that air we whisked into it earlier. This air is going to make it rise in the oven. Then I switch back to the spatula to make sure there be nothing hiding on the bottom. Scoop it into your cups and bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Oh, and I forgot, this recipe is for a 3-layer cake, so it makes 3 dozen cupcakes. I'll just make a layer for later instead. Did you know you can freeze cake layers? Just wrap them tightly in plastic 2 times. Now for the strawberry filling, that's really easy. It's pretty much just flavored whipped cream. You take 3 tablespoons of strawberry gelatin, dissolve that into a 1/3 cup of boiling water. I just nuked it for a minute. Whisk it until it dissolves and set it aside to come to room temperature. No secret here. Whisk together a cup of heavy cream and 1/2 cup of sugar. I like it sweet. Then add in your gelatin and whisk to stiff peaks. This be the fastest and easiest way. You'll have plenty for your cupcakes. Put it in a piping bag with a 1/2 inch open tip and jam it into the top and squeeze it right in there. You can actually see the cupcake expand and fill up. Cool, isn't it? Look at that last little guy grow. Now for the frosting, I'm going to use my American buttercream frosting. It's real easy to memorize. You just take 4 sticks of butter, a 2-pound bag of confectioner's sugar, and 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk. And I made a whole other video on how to make this frosting, and it goes into depth. I'm just going to skim over it right here. But you just take your butter and whisk that till it's nice and fluffy. About 7 to 10 minutes. It'll change color and be a light yellow. I love the way whipped butter looks. Just add it in a little at a time. And now I'm just going to loosen up the frosting a little bit because it's really stiff with 2 to 4 tablespoons of milk until I get it to the way I want it to pipe, till I feel comfortable piping it. Captain Breadhook, look! I discovered that you can make the strawberry crunch treasure at home. And all you need is a baggie. You take 24 golden Oreos and crush them up with a rolling pin. Add a packet of strawberry flavored gelatin and mix it all up. Then add in the melted butter and mix it all together. Voila! I can hardly believe my eyes, Miss Sarah. You're a genius. We're gonna be rich. Ha, ha! For the fancy stripe, you take a skewer and pink food gel, put a glop on the edge and dab it along the seam. And do it again on the other side. Fill up your bag. Now just pipe a little on top, dip it in the strawberry crunch treasure, and top it off with a nice large bakery swirl. And there you go. Perfection! Strawberry crunch cupcakes with easy strawberry filling.